night Truman gets this way, almost every night. He wants to go out and prowl, or he gets horny or something. Are you horny, Truman? What's up, baby? Truman! What's up? What do you want? See, I think he was trying to tell me he wants to go out and prowl. But you already went out and you were gone for 5 days, so no more. I have to put you on the leash. Truman! See, watch. Come here, Truman. Watch. Come here. Come here. He'll like jump on me and crawl up on me. He does this every night, like late at night. It's 9:50, like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Truman! See, I think he's trying to tell me he wants to go outside and prowl because they're like freaking vampires. Cats are, because, you know, they sleep all day. Like Hannah, she'll only go out at nighttime only. She won't go out during, not Hannah, Tora. I could get her to go out at nighttime, but I don't want her out there at nighttime because she'll try to hop over the fence, so I don't want her doing that. But she won't go out during the day. It's so weird. Truman! I just took him for a car ride, but every night he does this and he'll try to attack me and stuff. I think, like I say, he wants to go out and breed and prowl and shit. Don't you, Truman? Okay, what can we talk about? Let's talk about... Well, I had this significant experience in 2007 in Austin when I was at my buddy's house and I spent the night. And okay, see, this was kind of significant because like for the first time I knew, like when I had my virtual reality experience and the out-of-body experience back when I was 7 years old, like I wasn't like, oh, something's messing with me. You know, that's not what I was thinking back then when I had those experiences. And that video is on here, but the 2007, that experience, it's like when I woke up, like I knew something was messing with me. Like I knew something was messing with me, but I wasn't thinking, you know, aliens or spirits, you know, but I just knew, like, I don't know, some entities were messing with me, but I wasn't thinking aliens. Okay, so in 2007, let's see. Oh. See, I worked nights. I worked the night shift. I spent the night. I worked night shift, and my buddy worked day shift. And so I spent the night, and oh man, the entities were like all over the bed when I was at her house. They were always all over the bed, like nudging the bed and shit. And I kept feeling them, but I just kept thinking. I kept thinking it was. And then one time when I was back in my apartment, Brenda said that she felt, you know, something, you know, on her or whatever, jump on her or something, and she figured it was her dead dog. You know, the dog, the big dog that she had just put down. I got to meet the dog for several months, and then she had, in 2006, I hung out with the little feller for several months, and then finally she had to put her down. Roxanne? Her name was Roxanne. She was a big old, like, stinky lab dog, but she was a cool dog. But yeah, so then of course after she cremates Roxanne, then naturally she, you know, probably thought that it was the dog spirit that jumped on her, but it was probably, you know, entities. But yeah, when I was over there, yeah, entities would be like all over the bed, and but I just kept thinking it was my spirit guide, and maybe the dog or whatever. But sometimes it always felt like there was more than just one. But yeah, so in 2007, I was spending the night. Okay, what else was I gonna say though? The funny thing is, was I in the 2-bedroom? Yeah, I was still in my 2-bedroom apartment then. 6 o'clock on a Saturday, an entity like made the the smoke alarm like beep, like it went off or whatever. And then I looked over there, and there was a being like in a black apparition type thing, like started walking fast into the kitchen. And Bobby was chasing it. Because Bobby probably saw it even better than me. But I saw it, and I'm not able to see stuff like that very often, but I know my stepdad tends to see black apparitions a lot more than me. But yeah, well, actually that was like, well, the second time at least that I've actually saw black apparition. The second time was a cape, or he had like a cape on. But I don't know if that being was male or female. I almost, well, because I thought it was my spirit guide, so I figured it was female, but it was just an alien, I think. But yeah, and I clearly saw it, and that was in 2007, and and what else was I gonna say about that? Oh yeah, and then when I moved to the 1-bedroom apartment, a couple years later, when I was about to move back here to this town, my dad was helping me move and stuff, and he said he saw it, that black apparition. The shadow people, I think some people call them shadow people, saw it at like in the doorway. My dad mentioned that he saw it, but he's always acting like he sees them at my parents' house too. I don't know if he has in a while, but the only other time that I actually saw the black apparition, it was more manifested than this one that I saw in Austin, Texas, in my apartment. But when I was 25 years old, it was me, my sister, and my mom. Me, my sister, mom, and my niece. And my niece was only like 5 years old. Well, I think I was 26. And she would have been, well, if she was about 6 years old. She would have been about 5 or 6 years old, and I was like 25 or 26. And I was like standing here, and the bathroom was over here, and then Lindsay was right here. And then my mom and sister, their backs were turned. And so I wasn't directly in front of the bathroom, but I was a little over here. And Lindsay was at the side, or standing right here, so she could, see the bathroom and everything. And I was at my sister's house. All 4 of us were at my sister's house. And my Uncle David died, 3 years previous. And so, of course, all this activity, we thought it was my dead Uncle David, which it wasn't. It was aliens. But anyway, lots of times when my mom would go over there and house sit, she said there'd be strange stuff happen too, like the faucet would turn on, and then one time my sister said she was washing the car and somebody like turned off the faucet, stuff like that. But anyway, so anyway, it was Lindsay. She was like 6 years old, and I asked her if she remembered that like a couple years ago, and she said she didn't even remember. But Lindsay was like, "There's somebody in the bathroom," and so I looked over there, and there was like a pure black cape being. It looked like he had a cape on, and he like a cape, and he just, and the door, the door was already open, and then the entity kind of closed it a little bit, and he like zoomed around the door. That was pretty cool. But like that was really, as far as the black apparition stuff, that I've only seen that twice, at my sister's house and my apartment. And then of course I see the aliens that come in physical form. I see them, but that's kind of different thing. But yeah, as far as the black, I don't know if I want to be seeing them, especially in my house. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so and then what else was I gonna say? Oh, then one time my stepdad. This was in 2012. My stepdad was mowing my sister's yard, and I wonder too. Some beings that like you, if there's some other humans that they don't like, I have no doubt they may try to do stuff to them. And so this being that maybe like is my protector being or something, maybe didn't like my stepdad or something. And so anyway, because I knew in 2014 I knew I had some beings protecting me. I didn't figure that out till 2014. But in 2012, my dad was over there mowing the yard, 6, 7, or 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. And well, he's an experiencer too. He's had a lot of experiences. And he also had this huge UFO sighting at 3 a.m. in the morning in like 1965 or something like that. He said it scared the shit out of him. And it was in over there in not Kabul. One of those little towns on the way to Verona. Not Willard. One of those little Billings. Yeah, Billings. But the UFO must have got really close to him because he said it scared him. And I don't think he ever really talked about it. But yeah, my stepdad is an experiencer. And, but I think everybody is. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so at my sister's house, he was mowing the yard. And he came back with a bruise like this. Maybe it was bigger. This big on his stomach. The bruise was like this big. And he showed it to me and everything. And I knew it was anomalous. That was in 2012 before I knew the aliens were messing with me. But at that time, I think I was reading David Icke's stuff, as far as I remember. Yeah, because I think I started in 2012, and then it was 2013. I knew the aliens were in my house, and then I got physically abducted in April of 2013 and 2014. But I haven't been physically abducted since 2014. But like, yeah. So he said that the only thing he could think of was that he thought somebody maybe shot a paintball gun at him, which made no sense because there was no paint or anything like that. And I was like, you sure no rocks came up, And he said no rocks shot up at him. So I have no doubt. Well, like I say, the aliens put scratches on me, so if they want to, they can put... I can't remember if he said it was sore or not, but this bruise was like this big on his stomach. And even back then, he had a pretty big stomach. But he knew it was anomalous. He said no rock shot up or anything like that. And he was just like, maybe it was like a paintball gun. Somebody shot a paintball gun. Which that didn't even make sense. Because like I say, there was no paint or anything. But I have no doubt the aliens did that to him. So in 2007, like that was kind of like the first time I knew something was like messing with me. Okay, because anyway, so I was like sleeping, and I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then Brenda woke up. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, there was somebody walking around in the kitchen. It went from the bedroom, over there to the bathroom, and it was like a virtual reality experience. Except the hallway was much wider in the experience, but it felt very, very totally real, just like you're in 3D. And it was like a 5'6". I couldn't tell what it was. It's 5'6". It looked like a human. I didn't see the face or anything, but it had long brown hair. And so I thought maybe it was Brenda's spirit guide. And now I realized it was just an alien. But yeah, so anyway, so I was sleeping, and I had this virtual reality experience that there was somebody clearly that I was just looking at, somebody walking around the hallway, well, the hallway basically just leads to the kitchen right there. But it was standing in the kitchen at first, and it was walking around, and it looked about 5'6". And like I said, I had long brown hair, and then I saw it like go from the bedroom into the bathroom. And so when I woke up at 3 a.m., I was just like, I was real stunned and everything, and real freaked out. And Brenda, accidentally woke Brenda up, and she was just like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I was like, I can't remember if I said, I don't think I said I dreamed it or anything, but I just said, I think I just said I saw somebody walking around in your kitchen. And she's like, "Oh, well, you probably just had a dream or something." I think that's what she said. And so then I think I finally went back to bed and went to sleep and everything. And then when I think I finally got up at 11 a.m. and she was already at work. But I was still really freaked out, and I was freaked out to even be in the house by myself, even though I was. But yeah, it like freaked me out for many, many hours. And yeah, so anyway. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, well, around the same time in 2006, 2007, like I knew, I don't know, I knew my life was gonna change, and I know what that meant. Um, I already kind of knew what that meant. You know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna enlighten and everything. But yeah, it really like that was the first time like it freaked me out because it's like I knew something was messing with me, which of course was the aliens. But I didn't know it was the aliens. I didn't know, I wasn't thinking ghost. I wasn't thinking spirit. I wasn't thinking human or anything like that. But I knew like something was messing with me. And well, now I know it was the aliens. But and like I said, I know my buddy Brenda. She said, I think she did. I mean, I know she always liked Indian, Native American type of stuff. And I don't think she ever met her spirit guide, but she always liked Native American type of stuff. And so that's why I thought it was like her spirit guide, that was walking around the kitchen. But anyway, but I knew, what was I gonna say? But I mean, now I know it was just an alien. But like I say, it didn't show me his face. It seemed Mel, and he didn't show me his face. But he had long brown hair. And, because they can make you see whatever they want to. And, okay, so, but anyway, like I say, it freaked me out, and it, like, freaked me out for many, many, many hours, after I woke up. Like, I just felt freaked out by it. So that's kind of a significant experience. But now, of course, I think they're fun, because I know what they're all about and stuff. But, I need for them to give me more experiences. I've just been having some good dreams lately, but yeah, I need another experience. Okay, so anyway, well, Truman's all chilled out now. Oh yeah, what else was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about, but anyway, it did kind of spook me out because, like I say, I still felt creeped out and spooked out. Finally, at noon, I went back to my apartment to get ready for work and go home or whatever. But it did really creep me out. And, okay, so, well, I guess I was going to talk about, I don't know if I have time. 8, 9, 10, okay. I was going to talk about energy imprints. Like, I don't know how long I've been talking. In Kansas City, well, I finally figured this out several years later. I lived there 6.5 years, but there is this like horrid, many, many mile stretch of road, like 71 North, that leads to 435 North or whatever, or vice versa. They all like, it turns 71 North, I think turns into 435 North, but that whole area, that whole highway or interstate has a lot of bad energy imprints. And the reason why I figured it out was because I was reading Sylvia Brown, and she talked about Pacheco Pass in California that had a bad energy imprint. And like I said, I think in Kansas City, I think probably a lot of Indians got slaughtered along there, and I don't know if you can change it. I don't know if a lot of people could get together and change it or not, the energy. But every freaking time I went, it's like all the way from like Raytown or before Raytown to all the way to Worlds of Fun or past Worlds of Fun. It's many, many miles. And like every time I would be on that road, I would see an accident, or I would be in a near miss, or people would start driving like erratically. And like I said, I finally figured it out in 2000 and either 5 or 2006, when I was jogging one night back over in my neck of the woods. But I had buddies over, 22 miles away from me in that area. I would date some people over in that area, like 21 miles away from me, near the Independence, area, Independence Street or whatever it's called. So I had to go on that, road or interstate or whatever. And so, like I say, like one time I was driving down, the interstate, and over to my left, I saw a motorcycle that was, that had an accident. I don't know if he lived or not. Okay, another time, me and my sister were driving to Worlds of Fun, and like all of a sudden people just started driving erratically, and I started freaking out, and like cars were getting in, I don't know, like trying to cut us off. It was weird. And another time, okay, this is really bizarre. Another time, I was hitting near, that Independence Avenue or whatever it's called, and to go over to Independence. And there was this little half-ton truck, like kind of far ahead of me, but probably about 5 car lengths. And okay, this is weird. Okay, he had like a bunch of 2x4s in the back of his truck, and they all of a sudden they started flying out like 2x4s. Like those wood panels, like 2x4s. And they literally, as far as I remember, he wasn't going real fast. I don't know, we were both probably going 50, 55. It was kind of an old, shitty half-ton truck, like light brown. And it was older. And like I say, I was driving along behind him, maybe 4 or 5 car lengths. And that 2x4 started flying out. But get this, they never hit my car. They never hit the road. That was bizarre. And but I didn't think anything of it until many years later. Okay, and then this other time was bizarre too. Okay, and then after this experience, that's when I went back home and I went jogging, and that's when it clicked what was going on that many stretch of road. And I also actually looked on, back in 2011 or 2010, I actually punched in like car accidents in Kansas City or something like that, and I came up with this little map, and it showed this real super concentrated area, like right in that area of all these freaking car accidents, and a lot of them result in death. And also back when I already knew what was going on, not long after that on the news, which I wasn't surprised because I already knew what was going on. I remember this dump truck was coming off of Raytown Road or whatever, and going on that same street, or same interstate, 71 North, and he had an accident with some other vehicle, and he actually died. The guy died in the dump truck. And I'm like, well, when I heard it on the news, I'm like, not surprised, because there's accident after accident after accident after accident. And now I know, I know a coworker that had a bad accident too on the same stretch of road. But the experience that happened, that last experience that happened, and then I went back home and then I went jogging and I figured it out what it was, negative energy imprint. Like I said, I think a bunch of Indians got slaughtered. Because I think as far as I remember seeing that little sign that says the Trail of Tears. Because a lot of Indians died and got slaughtered or whatever. I know that's what the deal is. A lot of Indians got murdered or whatever. Or died along that many, 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 many miles. And like I say, if the energy imprint is that strong, I don't know if it could be changed or not. But, so that last experience, I was trying, so I came from my neck of the woods and I was driving over there, 71 North, 435 North. I was trying to get to Independence again because my sister was staying at a hotel. Well, it was already getting to be nighttime. It was daytime when the incident happened, but then many minutes later, it started to be nighttime. And the roads, I don't know what they did. They redid the road and rerouted some roads because I got confused. And I couldn't find her hotel that she was staying at, so I just drove back around and went back home. But anyway, so before I was trying to find when I was still on the interstate, when it was still daytime, I was like driving, and I wasn't going real fast, probably 60. And lo and behold, this Middle Eastern looking guy in a newer car was just like fucking stopped. Just like he had a little collision with another car, and that was a white guy, and he was on the shoulder, and I saw him get out of his car. But this Middle Eastern looking guy had a slight collision with the car, and his car was like this, and he was just stopped, blocking all of the roads, all of the lanes, which I think is just 2 lanes. I can't remember, maybe 3, I don't know. He was blocking all the freaking lanes, so I had to come to a complete stop on the freeway. And I'm like, what the fuck? I had to come to a complete stop. He was blocking. And he was a Middle Eastern guy, and he was doing this. His car was this. Here's the front of the car, and he was, facing this way. And he was just like, I'm in a trance, I'm in a daze, I'm in a trance. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I look behind me, and thank God all the cars were going like 30, 40 miles an hour. Because I'm like, I had to get the fuck away from here, you know what I'm saying? Because people may be going 60, 70 miles an hour. I had to come to a complete stop on the freaking freeway. And he literally was just like this. Like, I'm in a daze. I'm in a trance. I mean, he was in a fucking trance. And like I said, I finally saw the white guy get out of the car because he was going to go up to him to see if he was okay. I'm pretty sure he was okay. Well, shit, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he was dead. I don't know, because I got the fuck out of there and finally went around. And then, I couldn't find the hotel. I couldn't find the turnoff that led to the hotel. So I just somehow turned back around and went back to my neck of the woods in Overland Park, 22 miles away. And it was already pretty much dark by then, or almost dark. But, like I say, I'm pretty sure the guy was okay. It was just I don't know, it was just but he was in a trance or something. As far as I remember, he wasn't injured. The cars weren't even banged up or anything. But I don't know how the heck the collision, I didn't see the collision. All I know is I was driving along, and he was at a complete stop like this, blocking, all aisles, all lanes or whatever. Well, shit, that makes me wonder, though. Maybe the fucker was dead. I mean, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say it like that, but yeah, that makes me, like, wonder, shit, if he didn't have a seatbelt on it. I don't know, man, but now I'm kind of freaked out because, like I said, I didn't see any damage to the car or anything, but, I guess I assumed he was okay because the white guy was okay and like la 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 la. But like I said, I had to get the fuck out of there because I'm sitting there stopped on a fucking freeway. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, well that's kind of freaky. Who knows? Maybe the guy was dead. I don't. He could be. It could have been dead for all I know. But yeah, so. But he didn't. I didn't see any blood or anything. I mean, it totally looked like he was in a trance to me. But yeah, Well, now it makes me wonder, man, because he could have been dead for all I knew.